What's happening, fam? So, y'all don't mind me. I'm just on my little kick. I love learning, and I feel like this is just part of my nature. It's just part of who I am. I probably would have been a good scientist. Because I really do enjoy a lot of scientific things, even though I don't feel like I've always had the mind for math. But I guess I would have just had to have figured it out. So I wanted to share something because y'all know I always be thinking, okay. And this goes into like the whole biblical thing where, and it's just more added information on top of what I've already talked about in a former video. I don't know why this is up so high. It sounds so loud. I don't want to yell. But I hope y'all can hear me okay. Anyway, so there's things that have always bothered me when it comes to religion and the Bible from the time that I was younger that I really just did not understand. And I don't know how many of you are like me where you just need to find answers. I study. I like to get to the beginning of things. So one of the things that kind of got me is how the Bible says, I don't know which one I should do first. Okay, I'm going to start with Eve, or Adam and Eve. When we talk about Adam and Eve, I feel, and I am not unanimous in this opinion, okay, that Adam is talking about the atom in our bodies, part of what we are made of, and Eve is referring to that Eve gene, okay? So it's basically looking at the makeup of our body and not two actual individuals that came together and created people. And I know that I did state this before, and I have this word written down, and it was a little bit of a tongue twister for me to say because, you know, again, this is just me because I've always had an issue when it comes to it being said that females come from men, which I just find hard to believe, because anything that comes through anything, it's giving birth to something, and the male anatomy is not capable, it's not made that way to produce birth anything. And so, you know how they say female came from man's side, from his rib. This is where, and I got it's backwards on here. I'm sorry, y'all, it's backwards. But the word is deoxyribonucleic acid. Deoxyribonucleic acid. And in this word, you will see, y'all can look it up, DNA. And the word rib. So they're trying to say that we came from the rib, or the deoxynucleic acid of this other individual. That's where Eve is supposedly, from. I don't believe it. If anything, I believe that it was the other way around, that Adam came from her because, why would God do something backwards? And this is just going into this world being so, or over here where we are in the United States being so patriarchal. Doesn't it seem a bit odd that God would do something as backwards as beginning with a man to create the race of humans, knowing that the man cannot actually have a child, and so to cover for this, you're going to say, oh, God put him to sleep and did surgery on him, cut open his side and took one of his ribs and then formed a woman around that. Why not start with the female first? It only seems natural to do it that way, to start with the female first, because you start that way, but then every other individual that comes into this world, now you're going to reverse it and have it come through a woman. It doesn't make any sense. So the other thing is when the Bible talks about how we were born in sin. So I was looking into this, and there's a word for that too, because I feel like every word has been shortened or abbreviated. And this is the thing that you have to understand. The Bible, if you are not a avid researcher when it comes to getting information to understand the background history of the Bible, how the Bible was written, where the Bible comes from, and stuff like that. I've been looking into things when it comes to the Bible for a long time. So when we see the word sin, and it says in the Bible that we were born in sin, this is, in a sense, true. However, I am not looking at the moral concept of how the Bible would state it and make it, bent towards a religious aspect. If you know anything about anything, sin, and this is just my opinion, and it actually is just not just mine. Sin is the shortened form of the word sinusoidal, referring to the electromagnetic wave patterns that we were born with. Now, I'm going to write that word down so you can also see where we get the word sin, so you understand. I feel like these are things that we need to actually be looking at and dissecting to honestly figure out what is being said and how the wool can possibly be getting pulled over our eyes, because understand the Bible was written by a man. Y'all want to talk about and feel like some of y'all want to say, it was inspired by God, whatever. Sinusoidal, sin. We were born in sin. Yes, we were. And what that is sinusoidal is it's a wave pattern that goes up and down in a perfectly regular, smooth pattern. But when different things occur in our lives, then that pattern gets disrupted and becomes distorted. I know the sun is like really messing with things right now, and I'm sorry. I probably might turn the car around, but I didn't want it facing me. But if you look into how we were actually born, like if you understand the whole process behind how the heart is developed first, and there are what is it, pieces of the brain, or there are brain cells in the heart. So you have three hearts. You have the heart or brain, you have the brain that's in your heart, the brain that's in your gut, and then the brain that's up here in your head. But there's like this because again, we are electric beings. This is how we were created and formed, through electricity. We are nothing but different electromagnetic entities walking around here in different forms. And so to say that we were born in sinusoidal wave, yes, that is how we were born. We were born in the form of an electromagnetic wave pattern that mathematically was designed in some kind of way to actually form us. But the way that it is put in the Bible for religious reasons they put a spin on it. They put a spin on it. And this is where the whole mind control is, because if you don't understand how the whole game is to take you away from who you actually are, instead of showing you who you are and understanding how powerful you actually are, it's not going to benefit them. It's not going to benefit them. I wish I could put something up there to block the sun. Maybe. Because I'm tired of that light coming through there. Oh my gosh. Let me see. Ooh, look at that. It's a bee. And I don't want it coming in the back. But you know, when you vibrating at a high frequency, them insects like that, bees, they start coming around. I don't know if y'all caught it. There it is over there. It's around my car. I wish y'all could see it. But it's literally just doing the research, people. I just feel like, you know, on so many levels, there were so many things, because I know, like, people feel like, oh, you know, you're lost. I'm not lost, I'm found. And I have been finding myself more and more ever since I came out of religion. I know there's some other people that feel that same way, but when you don't do anything but look at the Bible, and you don't even bother to open yourself up to studying some other things, I think that you may tend to be more lost than me, because you're allowing yourself to go under this mind control. You're not questioning anything. How is that actually benefiting you? That it takes you away from how powerful of a being you actually are, and understanding who you really are. I can only take it so far, y'all. This was just, you know, not meant for anything. I just wanted to say that. Some stuff that I, you know, have been studying and came across and was like, this is very interesting. Another one of my questions being answered by doing some digging. And that's what it was. So, yeah, the sin, yes, but that word is short for sinusoidal. No, I said it wrong. Sinusoidal. Anyway, Sinusoidal. We just have to be more aware and really, really want to have a heart for learning. I'm not trying to be tricked and fooled about anything anymore, and I need to be able to have true peace in my heart. And the day that I actually discovered the truth about everything when it comes to religion was the day that I actually felt a sense of relief when it comes to dying and not being afraid to die. Really, really, truly not being afraid to die, because I was in fear of going to hell, even though I know that I was being the best Christian that I possibly could be. There was always still that thought of impending doom hanging over my head that I really just did not like. So that was it. Just wanted to give a little lesson, I guess you could say, and y'all can go into looking up more about that whole thing, how we were created. There's other waves that contribute to us and us being who we are. But that's all. I just wanted to share. Y'all be well.